differences, or you even had the chance to notice many differences, Joe, in the offense of Tommy Reeves as far as the offense of Kevin Stefanski? Or is it just like, hey, there's been one game and then all of a sudden it became a fire drill after halftime with Dylan Gabriel out?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit tough to say definitively. There's a lot of differences. But clearly you're starting to see a little bit of that college influence from Tommy Reeves, where he does like a little bit more of those speed actions, some more of those arms, those getting that quarterback on the run. But I think more than anything, that was just him trying to lean into what Dylan Gabriel did, giving him an opportunity to use his legs. And so I don't think we're going to see quite as much of that. So I think the Shedeur Sanders offense is going to be pretty similar to what Tommy Reeves or Kevin Stefanski is going to dial up, where they're going to put their healthy dose of play action in there. But you're going to see a lot of stand in the pocket, throw the football, or try to throw the football down the field. So that pro-style offense that, Kyle Shanahan, that run.
Joe, Myles Garrett said last week that it was Shedeur after the game that went and spoke in the locker room to the team. So talk about like the gravitational pull of a guy like that to come in, play as poorly as he did, and yet still basically point the finger towards himself and then speak in front of the team. What does that tell you about his makeup and about him as a leader?
I think it just reinforces that the character that everybody saw when he was playing at Colorado. He's a guy that's a natural leader. People are drawn to him. They want to follow him. He has an unquestionable mental toughness and ability to shake off and have plays to move on, which is all great quarterbacks. And I think that was one of the reasons the Browns wanted to draft him, right? He's got great leadership skills. People want to follow him. He's got a really good mental toughness. If a bad play happens, he's not going to let it another bad play. He's willing to be accountable, and he's very accurate, and he can push the ball on the field and he can game. Right? That, to me, is what I think about when I think of Shedeur Sanders. There's definitely some flaws in the game that he needs to work on, and a lot of it because he just hasn't been in a pro-style system before, and he's just getting used to seeing defenses and having to go through progressions and make checks. But that's why you take a flyer on in the 5th round, because he's got a lot of the tangible that a lot of guys got much higher than him don't have. And so you figure that, hey, we can work on some of these things that we feel like.
All right, I just kind of whispered to Limey here. I want to ask you about a couple of series of videos you put out about Luke Fickell and about Wisconsin football. If you can speak about that, Joe. You're saying, hey, got to give Luke Fickell more time, got to invest more in the program. It's a different style of college football. A lot of people wanting to fire Luke Fickell. Your thoughts on what's going on up there with the Badgers? Program, it's a different.
The tiniest little flight, they come to the surface, they bubble up, right? At Thanksgiving, when everybody's pissed off, you're going to start complaining about the napkins and the turkey that's slightly overcooked and the gravy isn't to your temperature, right? But when everybody's happy, it doesn't matter. And winning makes everybody happy. But right now, obviously, not a lot of winning in Wisconsin, and we're not used to that. And so there's a lot of turmoil. But my plea to the fans was just, hey, we don't really know how good or bad a coach Fickell is unless we invest in our players and invest in our program so that we have a comparable salary for our players to be able to get the talent that a coach needs to be able to show if he is a good coach or not. And if you don't have the money behind the program, you're not going to ever be able to keep any guys around long enough to be able to even develop them. And I know that's like the big complaint I hear from a lot of veterans. I don't even know any of the guys. They're here for a year and then they're gone. And I know that that's part of today's transfer portal, NIL era. But part of that is just because we're not competitive with the amount of money that we're putting into our program. And it's been like that for a long time, but until players were able to get paid a fair salary for their job that they're doing on the field, we haven't really noticed as much. And Luke is the first coach that had to coach under those auspices. So for us as Badger fans to just be quick to want to fire him and then have to pay him to go away and go somewhere else, like that's just compounding the problem we have, which is not putting enough money into the people and the coaches that we have there currently. And so let's just be a little bit slow on the trigger finger. I think we're going to look back at this era here in college football, maybe this little window of like about 10 years, and we're going to say, man, NIL and transfer portal made fan bases crazy, and every fan base thought that they were supposed to be a 10 or 12 team when they weren't realistic about what the expectations and the goals should be. And a lot of good coaches got fired way before they should. And look across the NCAA this year. I mean, I guarantee some of these coaches at these high-profile programs that have recently been fired.
Did you ever think, Joe Thomas, you'd be sitting there begging for money for Wisconsin football players on a podcast in Cleveland?
Yeah, what do you think?
He's sitting there. Okay, I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one, Joe. Once and for all, you're going to air your Hall of Fame beef with the Watt brothers. Go.
Oh, wow. No, it's the podcast. Don't let him do it.
Yeah, this is my Hall of Fame beat. They both told me, DJ, JJ, they told me they want me to send them some beef, but as of last night, they haven't given me their addresses. So I'm gonna have to just find their house. I know where they live.
It is, it's absolutely fabulous beef. We've had it, in the Carmen household. You didn't hear about the sloppy joes?
No, I
didn't think of the sloppy
I hope
joes.
not. No, the line was feasting. I had the father-in-law over. Guys, Hall of Fame beef.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta check it out.
absolutely
Unpaid
incredible.
testimony.
The beef sticks.
Yes.
Teriyaki.
They're wonderful. Yes. No.
Slap in the face, Joe.
So this is what happened. I thought you knew. I thought you knew. And then Liz actually was like, "We weren't talking about that in the radio." Absolutely, we were talking about that in the radio. You weren't supposed to listen to the radio. What had happened is I came downstairs to go. This was what, 4 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
About a month ago. I came downstairs to go to the station. It was like 4 a.m. and I saw